Yes, 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 yes. Let me make sure everything is good here on my sound. Everything is great. We're streaming from the Strategic Eyes After Dark show. Yes, After Dark. Why? Because I got banned from YouTube for a week. Jesus Christ, man. There's snowflakes over there. You can't even get a point across. You can't even try and challenge people to think outside the box without them, destroying your channel, dropping nuclear bombs on you. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm not the first content creator, nor will I be the last who had to face the YouTube wrath. The good thing is we just have one strike. Got to stay out of trouble till November, otherwise we'll get another strike, and we don't want to do that now, do we? So anyway, I got a very interesting show for you guys today. I'm going to be dropping content on the Strategic After Dark show, so please make sure that you subscribe to it. All my folks from my other channel, if you're just popping onto this, you never heard of Strategic Eyes show before, please consider subscribing to this channel. It's my backup channel, and I will definitely shoot out information, put it in the comment section, a link for you to be able to subscribe to the main channel. On the Strategic Guys Show, we talk about these tough social, political, and law enforcement issues. And we do it in a nuanced way, and we do it in an unbiased way. We're not ideologues here on the Strategic Guys Show. We seek facts and we seek truth. So anyway, guys, there's some interesting things that I covered on the other channel that I really want to flesh out on this channel. Why? Because I couldn't get to it on the other channel. I'm banned. There's no way I can talk about it. So I did a few videos that are doing pretty well right now, and I think we'll start before we get into one of the situations involving domestic violence. We're going to talk about the Courtney Clenney case. Now, Courtney Clenney killed her boyfriend Christopher, and a lot of people thought she was going to get away with it. I didn't think she was going to get away with it. I understood what was going on. In these self-defense states where you have the castle doctrine, you had that extended right to defend yourself, that duty not to retreat. Sometimes it takes a while to get these investigations done. Why? Because in so many other states that don't have the castle doctrine, it's pretty cut and dry as to what is self-defense. You're very limited on how and when you can defend yourself. You basically have to prove you had nowhere else to go. But Florida is a self-defense state. Florida is a castle doctrine state. So if you're the police and you come on the scene and you see a 6'2" jack guy, and you see a 5'2" skinny petite woman, and she's saying, "Yo, I had to defend myself." It's not that you're taking her word over the deceased, which is the big guy. It's that you have to prove, the burden of proof is on you to prove that she did not defend herself. That's the difference. See, in every other case, you have to prove it yourself. Like, hey, listen, I'm showing you why I had no choice but to defend myself. They had me backed into the corner. They took my phone. Look, my phone is broken over there. That's what my abuser did. They broke the phone. I had no choice, so that's why I stabbed them. But in these self-defense cases, you have in places like Florida and Texas, etc., that has a castle doctrine, you have no duty to retreat. You don't have to run from somebody. You don't have to run into a room and lock yourself in. You could be by the door, and if it's your house, you don't have to leave the door. You can use deadly physical force even if there's a means of you escaping. So let's check out a video real quick of what it looked like right after this young man was killed, because it's become quite clear that he is a victim. He's a victim of domestic violence. And we don't often see that. It happens, it's underreported, but for the most part, women are more likely to be victims of domestic violence. But in this case, this man was a bona fide true victim. Let's play. So that's her covered with his blood right now. And she's handcuffed. Now, what's kind of weird about this is that they didn't remove her from the crime scene. M. Kathy's in the building. What up, M. Kathy? Appreciate you coming through, showing love to the channel. They didn't remove her from the crime scene. Like, I don't understand why she would just be sitting there handcuffed in the middle of a crime scene. Maybe they're going to be removing, evidence off of her, but still, you don't need to get every ounce of blood that's on the person. You just need a sample that shows that the blood doesn't belong to them. It belongs to the decedent. You can do that in a hospital. You can remove the person to the hospital. So to have her sitting there handcuffed, it's kind of weird, but I don't know what their policies and procedures are. And listen, this is a massive police force down in Florida. They have very large forces. Maybe that's how they do. Maybe that's their policy and procedures. Let's keep going. All right, she's kissing a dog. She just killed her boyfriend, and she's kissing her dog right now. It shows you the insanity of this woman, the callousness, the cold-bloodedness. She just stabbed her boyfriend to death. There are 911 tapes where he's like, I'm dying, I can't feel my arm. And she's like, I'm so sorry, baby. Like, that makes it any better. And now we see her kissing her dog after she stabbed this man to death. We got Black Sheepdog in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, bro. So we go from that to, we'll not cover this one yet, but to 2 days later. This is what she's doing 2 days later.
Videotape her. Right now, you should go. Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed your boyfriend. Yeah.
2 days later, she's in a bar with her father. At least I heard that's her dad. Could be somebody else. 2 days later, she's drinking, having a great time with what was reported at the time to be her father in a bar in a hotel lobby. She's not sitting in the lobby talking to him because they just needed a space to sit down. No, this is a short clip. I couldn't find a longer clip, but I watched the longer clip with my own eyes. And in that longer clip, she's having a good time. She's laughing and smiling. It's not, it's one thing. It's a hotel bar. It's one thing if, it has comfortable seats. It's one thing if she's sitting there talking to her father, telling him what happened, decompressing. That's one thing. It's another thing when you're sitting there having a good freaking time.
You did. Yeah. And yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And so now we get to the next video. And this is the video that I wanted to cover on my other channel. Unfortunately, you guys know I'm in YouTube jail, so we'll have to wait till next week Friday when I get back up and running. And if you're popping on this stream and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the backup channel. And when you get a chance, go over to the Strategic Eyes show, and subscribe there as well. But right now, we're not doing any videos on there. So this is the altercation that they had in the elevator. And I want to break this down because I'm going to prove to you guys, at least in my opinion, how this guy is a domestic violence victim. I'm going to prove it to you that he's a domestic violence victim and that he didn't, listen, I don't know for sure, okay? But this is my personal opinion. This is my professional opinion from dealing with these situations day in and day out. I don't think he did anything to this woman. I do believe this woman is mentally ill, but I don't think that it's an excuse for her killing him. See, there are people who say somebody's mentally ill and they use that as an excuse for you to give them sympathy. Mental illness does not necessarily make you violent. In fact, statistics show that people who are mentally ill are more likely to be victims of crime rather than be the perpetrators of crime, okay? But I'm going to show you how she victimized this guy and he did nothing wrong. We've all seen this video, but have you paid attention to this video? Check it out. She comes in and she holds the door for him. Doesn't she look normal? My son is in the background singing, so excuse the noise. Doesn't she look normal? All right, does she look like she's pissed off? Check this out. She comes in, she holds the door like a gentleman or a lady, right? Now what happens? You need a key fob to make this elevator work. You can't just press the button. So she's now starting to get frustrated. She's getting frustrated. Now let's keep going. And now she starts beating the machine. He didn't say anything to her. He didn't do anything to her. I feel like this lady is bipolar and she just has anger management issues. So now her anger's on that machine. Notice she's not screaming at him saying, screw you, you're a piece of trash, or anything like that. She's not screaming at the guy. She's not arguing with him. There's nothing that shows that there's displeasure that's aimed at this guy. Her displeasure is solely and squarely aimed at the console. Now watch this. So then he comes in and you can see he's telling her and he's reaching his pocket, I got to use the fob. I got to use the fob. And then she attacks him. Why does she attack him, ladies and gentlemen? Because he's an easy target. That's why she attacked him. Now watch. Check it back. We'll bring it back. He comes in. His shoulders are down. His arms are back. He's in a non-threatening position right now. Now watch. He's going in his pocket and he's telling her something. And then she attacks him. And what is he doing? He's trying his best to get that fob to start that elevator. That elevator is not moving. He's trying his best to press it. Does that look like somebody who is an aggressor? Look at that. So you got to analyze these videos. I have responded to hundreds of domestic violence cases. Hundreds. And an abuser would never allow her to hit him like that without retaliating swiftly. Now, are there relationships where they both can abuse each other? Absolutely. But I guarantee you, with every ounce of my professional experience, he would have knocked her out if he was an abuser in this particular instance. It's no, oh, it's your turn to abuse me. I'm going to act like a victim. Look at the way he's holding her. Everything is to minimize her attacking him, using his weight, protecting his face, using his weight to push her away. That's, I don't want to hurt you. This guy is a bona fide victim. Now watch that. See, he pushed her away. Look how lightly he pushed her away. Everything is with restraint. Everything is with restraint. Unbelievable. That man is a bona fide victim. Bona fide victim. And he sees that the door is about to open, so he's pushing away, and then what? He runs, he retreats. She holds the door. Let's do that one more time, guys. She holds the door, she goes crazy on the machine, and then she takes her frustrations out on him. Now, I want you to notice something else. And I'm going to tell you what the crutch of these issues are in their relationship based off of what I read. And we got a few people in the building I want to acknowledge for coming through, showing love on the backup channel for the Strategic Eyes Show. We got Erica, we got Agro Vixen. Thank you so much for coming through. Philip and Bruster's in the building. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome supporting the channel. Aki's in the building. Thank you, Aki, for coming through. And as Aki says, please make sure you subscribe to the backup channel. I know everybody in the comics section has already subscribed to it, but if there's anybody who's going to watch this afterwards, make sure you subscribe to the backup channel and to the main channel, the Strategic Eyes Show. Just type in Strategic Eyes in your search and I will pop up. Once again, type in Strategic Eyes and I will pop up and you just hit that subscribe button. All right, so let's keep going. I want you to do me a favor. And you know what? This one I think we're gonna X out of this one. And I think we're gonna find a different video. Because there are videos that are zoomed in that are much closer to her face. And I want to get a more zoomed in video. The sun is happening episode right now. Here we go. Now, the problem with these videos is it's not showing her face when she walks in. I hate when they edit it, but let's go. Let's see if we see the face. Check this out. You see that? I know it's hard to tell, and I know some of you are going to say it's a stretch, but look how red flushed her face is, and look at her lips. She's drunk. Shh. Relax. Take it easy, okay? Come hang out with me. Jackson, if you're not talking, I can't understand you. Okay. All right, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. She's sleeping right now. Okay. Uncle Yaya sleeping. All right. So, guys, she's drunk. She's drunk. She has prior convictions of abuse on family members for being drunk and attacking them. Look how flushed, I know I got my cursor on it. Look how flushed this area of her face is, and look at how her lips are. She is an alcoholic drug addict, and she rages. She rages when she gets drunk and when she uses drugs. Let's keep going. Look at that. Look at her face. Look at that. Look at that. She's a drunk. She's a drunk. What sensible person? There are some. There are some. But what sensible person is going to sell their body to make money? Troubled people. People who are troubled. People who have self-worth issues. She's a mean drunk, like M. Kathy said. So she thought she was going to get away with it. She thought she was going to get away with it, but she didn't. And what the police needed was more time to get their evidence together and build out their case. And now, guess what? She's going to be spending the rest of her life in prison, guys. So I want to move on to the next one. This one's going to be a little crazy. I'm so sorry that I'm going to have to bring this to the forefront. Um, they got too many commercials on all of these. Look at this. Look at how ridiculous this is. Like, you want to read the news? Like, you can't even read the news. Like, look at that. The whole top of the page is covered with this Charles Schwab um, thing. So we'll read this then. We'll get out of that. They're too thirsty for the money, man. So this woman right here, Jenee pedesclaux, she killed her two kids. And we've been highlighting men who have been engaging in femicide and infanticide. But I wanted to show you guys that it happens on both sides. And this woman, these two beautiful kids, the little girl died. Mommy cut both of their throats. The son is fighting for his life. He is expected to survive, though. And the daughter, unfortunately, died. And this is the mother. And the father's been battling Jenee for joint custody, not even full custody. He wasn't even trying to take the children away from their mother. He just wanted an appropriate amount of time to be able to spend time with his children and make sure they're safe. I think that's wrong because the allegations that he was making was that she was unstable, which meant that he should have been fighting for full custody. All right. But let's read what happened because there's a very terrible video of her crying, talking about hurting the kids and showing the kids on the bed suffering and going into another plane of existence. Of course, I can't show you that video, and I can't find it either. It's been scrubbed from the internet. Even the usual sources that will keep these things alive on the internet, they don't have it. And I'm not going to show it to you. You know, it's just too much. And I already got one channel banned. It doesn't make sense to have another channel banned. But it's so terrible that in the video she's saying all of this is because of you, talking about the baby father. The same thing that the Francoise LIttlejohn guy said, that everything is the baby mama's fault. That's why he killed the kids. And we're going to talk about Littlejohn because some disturbing things were happening in the comment section with the Littlejohn video, where a lot of guys were coming on the channel and they were blaming the baby mom. But we'll get to that. So the article says, before going live on social media, smeared with the blood of two children she allegedly stabbed, Jenee pedesclaux FaceTimed their father 3 times, first showing him their bloody 2-year-old, then their wounded 4-year-old daughter, and finally, both children with their necks slit, the girl grasping for air on the bed, according to court documents. You guys hear this sickness? The girl, Paris Roberts, died at University Medical Center on Sunday at approximately 1:40 p.m. of sharp trauma injuries, according to New Orleans coroner. She underwent multiple life-saving procedures, court documents say, but ultimately succumbed to hemorrhaging shock due to her injuries, which included a laceration on her neck down to her spine. So the mother not only cut her throat, but like kind of like cut her all the way from her neck down to her spine, which is like she kind of like it's almost like she was trying to like gut her like a fish or something. It's just retarded, man. That damaged her trachea along with cuts to the upper chest and shoulders. It's just very sad, man. Very sad. The boy, Jason Roberts, remained intubated in critical condition as of Monday, awaiting another surgery to determine whether his trachea is healing correctly, court documents say. After allegedly slitting her children's throats, pedesclaux 31 turned a knife on herself, court documents say, inflicting a superficial cut to her collarbone. She was treated at a hospital before being booked to jail on Monday. So this is the funny thing is like, I'm good. They're basically, I'm going to kill the kids. Then I'm going to kill myself, but they don't even have the courage to be able to finish the job. And that's sad. This is the home where it happened. The father heroically um, ran to the house, was able to break a window and get into the house and save the children. Apparently, she didn't try and kill him. She had a knife. She was there, but she didn't try and kill him. So he's able to grab both kids and take them to the hospital. I don't know why all of this was capable of happening because he did call the cops, and then the cops didn't get there in time. The police should have got there before him, but then maybe he lived in the community, just a stone's throw, couple steps from her house. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. Says we gone, it's over. Pedesclaux told Roberts when he arrived at her house to find the door barred. Court documents say Roberts broke a window, forced his way inside, and found the boy and girl on a blood-soaked bed, the girl foaming at the mouth. The boy face down in blood, court documents say. Pedesclaux bit Roberts and threatened him with a knife before he took the children to University Medical Center where they underwent emergency surgery. This is terrible. Pedesclaux allegedly broadcast herself live on social media crying and bloody, saying, I'm done, my children is dead, I'm done, I'm done. It's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done, I'm killing myself. It was not the first time Pedesclaux and Robert had clashed or that she had damaged a vehicle. Last May, Pedesclaux smashed the windshield and scratched the paint of a black 2014 Jaguar sedan that belonged to Robert's girlfriend, Antondra Baptiste. Baptiste is in November 2020 filed a non-domestic stay away order against Pedesclaux, who pleaded guilty to simple criminal damage in connection with the vandalized vehicle. So basically, she was mad that he moved on. Stop, son. She was mad that he moved on, basically. Yeah, I know. My son just messed with the controls and put an echo on there. And so basically, she was mad that he moved on. Stop. Yeah. Oh, you being mischievous. And so she decided to punish him by taking away the thing that she knew he cared about the most, and that's his children. And we just see this pattern happen over and over and over again. And it just basically shows the weaknesses that we have in our criminal justice and family court systems. It's unbelievable. We have to find a way to remove these children from these bad mothers. And when I say mothers, I'm not trying to blame mothers like they're the only ones that's bad. No. But they're usually the ones that have custody of the kids. And it is insanely difficult for a father to get custody of his children. All right, guys, let's move on to the last installment of this live stream on the After Dark show. Gotta make myself large here. We're gonna talk about Little John, this evil bastard who killed his kids. Definitely killed his kids, man. Sucks. See if we get this here. Oh boy. Look at this boy. He's having a good time. He's having a great time. Oh boy. All right. So this is the guy, Francois Littlejohn, and these are the amazingly beautiful little children. hmm This is the amazing, beautiful little children that he killed. Jackson, let me finish this show. I'm almost done. Oh, hey, can I finish this show? Can I finish the show? Huh? Let me finish the show. So, listen, we know the details of this one. The guy went live. He threatened family members that he was going to take the kids' lives. He stated that, go, mommy. Okay. Well, he stated that he was going to do it and they didn't take him seriously and all this extra stuff. I put the video on my channel. You can go to the Strategic Guys channel and check it out if you want. My issue. Oh my gosh, that's not your issue. My issue is that there's a lot of guys that were defending him on YouTube. There were a lot of guys listening to his side of the story as though it was gospel. If a guy is selfish enough to kill his children to spite his baby's mama, to spite them, why should we believe anything he has to say? Why should we give him the benefit of the doubt that he's telling the truth? To me, everything that he said, all of the allegations that he made against that woman was simply an attempt to disparage her and to basically tarnish her reputation. It's coming out that they had a domestic violence situation. A lot of people saying, well, he didn't have a criminal record. I haven't been able to independently verify whether he had a criminal record or not. Doesn't matter. People could start doing crime anytime. Okay. Everybody starts at some point if you're gonna, go down that path. It appears that she didn't want to be with him anymore. Reports say that she left him, that she did not want to be with him, and she left the home. Now, a lot of people say, well, why did she leave the kids with him? Well, maybe he never ever said he was going to hurt those kids before. So if you're having issues, domestic issues, and it's like, you know what? It's over. I'm just going to leave the house. Now, most women would take their children with them. But if she felt comfortable leaving them with the father till they work it out, figure out how they're going to work this separation, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. But she left and she was no longer with him. And then allegedly they've been apart for a while, on and off. And then this happened. I personally do not believe anything that Little John said about that woman. Hey, I just died. My poopies. Well, he doesn't believe him either. So we'll end the show. This was really a test show anyway. I want to see how everything works. Jackson. I want to see how everything works streaming wise, at least. Since we're now going to be on the After Dark show for the next week. So I think it worked out pretty well. I think the poopies. I think everything came through pretty clearly. Like poopies. Make sure that you guys subscribe if you're not subscribed to the show on this channel or whatever. It really sucks, guys, because we were gaining a lot of subscribers. We're getting a lot. I don't know how he knows how to control the soundboard, but apparently he does. And he's like obsessed with making me sound like God in his ears, like and to you guys too. So, all right. So we're doing good. We're getting a ton of subscribers, and then this happens. And now I can't put out any more videos. And there's tons of videos out there that are, have the potential of going viral and getting us a larger audience. But hey, It is what it is. Such is life. For every accomplishment, there's going to be a roadblock. Stop. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Strategic is out of here.